Hello everyone, I'm Ankit and you're watching StudyIQ IAS English. Did you know that Assam almost became a part of Pakistan? You did not know that, right? This is what we are going to discuss in our today's video. Now the notes that I will be using in our today's session, in case if you want to download them, you can go to this particular Telegram channel called as ATS Live, and while you're at it downloading the notes, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel also. Now a few days back, Prime Minister Modi went to Guwahati to inaugurate a new terminal airport called as Lokpriya Gopinath Bardoloi International Airport. Now, while inaugurating this airport, Prime Minister highlighted few important things that you need to know. He said that the first Chief Minister of Assam, on whom the airport has been named, Mr. Gopinath Bordoloi, he ensured and he stood up against his own party, that was the Indian National Congress, in order to prevent the Assam state from becoming a part of Pakistan. Now, what was this plan the Prime Minister was talking about? What was the sequence of events that happened in 1946 that could have led to Assam becoming a part of Pakistan? And what were the primary important political actors that time, like Jawaharlal, Nehru, or even Mahatma Gandhi? How did they react to this plan? This is what we are going to discuss in our today's video. Now, you need to understand what we are talking about today is important from our prelims examination perspective. Whatever Prime Minister says, wherever Prime Minister goes, whatever important socio-political event he attends, that becomes important from the exam's point of view. Just read this question. The Prime Minister recently inaugurated a new circuit house near Somnath temple. So what is the historical significance of this temple? This was asked in the exam. Now, this is a straightforward way on how to know what are important topics for the UPSC exam, and the ones that we are discussing right now is very important because it deals with a very important historical plan that just happened before India got independent in 1947, right? Now the background of this issue is how Assam became vulnerable. Now, as British government after the end of World War II, they were very weak to continue ruling over different territories across the world, and India is one of them. So at that time, the British government decided to withdraw from India. Now, when withdrawing, they had few questions that they needed to address to. First was that how the power would be transferred to Indians, in what form, to one party or to multiple parties. Or the biggest question that concerned Britishers and also Indians at that time, would India remain united as it was at the time of British rule and before it, or will India get bifurcated into multiple countries? So this was the question that Britishers were looking answers to. Now in this regard, Muslim League had a very important role to play. Muslim League wanted to keep the option of a separate country of Pakistan opened. So in a way, the Muslim League wanted the Britishers to give certain kind of autonomy to Muslim majority religions or regions, so that later on these regions can be carved out to form a separate country of Pakistan, right? So this was a very tense political situation India was under in the year 1946. And in this tense political climate arrived the cabinet mission of the British government. It was called as a cabinet mission because it included 3 cabinet ministers of the British government, who at that time was headed by the Prime Minister Clement Attlee. Now look at the 3 ministers: Pethick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps, yes, the Crip mission wala Cripps, and A.V. Alexander. And at that time, the Viceroy of India was Lord Wavell, who again has very anti-Congress outlook at that time. Now, what happened? The plan that was forwarded by this cabinet mission, they proposed a 3-tiered structure of India's federalism. They said that the union government would be a weak union government who would be in charge of few things like defense, foreign affairs and communications, and at the same time the provinces would be given an extensive autonomy. So in that federal structure, what the cabinet mission envisaged was a strong federal structure with a weak union government. Not just this, the most problematic aspect of their communication or their recommendation was that they wanted compulsory provisional grouping in between different states. So they wanted India to divided, or Indian states to be divided into 3 separate groups. First group would have Hindu majority provinces like the central part of the country. Group B would include provinces that are located in the northwest part of the country like Punjab, Sindh, NWFP and Balochistan, which ultimately became Pakistan. And Group C would include Muslim majority state of Bengal and Hindu majority state of Assam. Now, this grouping of Assam with Bengal became very problematic. Why? Because first of all, people of Assam, government of Assam did not wanted to be in a separate country because they were Hindu in majority. And when they were put together in a group which also included Bengal, which had much more people, which were mostly Muslim majority state. So it meant that if Group C functioned as it was intended by the cabinet mission, it would mean that the Bengal, which had a Muslim League government, could dominate the joint decisions in this grouping. And over the time, it raised a possibility that Assam might be pulled into becoming what is called as East Pakistan, either politically, either economically, despite the fact that Assam or the people of Assam did not wanted to become a part of what eventually became the East Pakistan. So this was the possibility. And why was this possibility at least a possibility? Because cabinet mission gave certain directions which ultimately the Muslim League wanted. Now at that time, Assam's first chief minister, Mr. Gopinath Bardoloi, he strongly opposed when his state was being grouped with Bengal. He feared that Assam would be sacrificed just to appease the Muslim League, and Bordoloi, in that way, as he put Assam's interest at the first position, he chose to have confrontation with his own political party, that was the Congress party. Now, initially what he did, he sent senior leaders to had a talk with Mahatma Gandhi, and he sought Mahatma Gandhi's advice what to do next. And you know what Mahatma Gandhi suggested? He said that Assam should indeed reject this grouping outright, and even a withdrawal from the Constituent Assembly was possible if the Constituent Assembly did not adhere to Assam's request of not being put in a group with Bengal. Now, Gandhi at that time raised the question of soul of Assam, and he meant that if Assam were indeed to become a part of East Pakistan, it would betray the Assam soul. And he said that in future, even if Congress forces Bordoloi to become a part of East Pakistan, Bardoloi was well within his rights to reject this request. Now, let us understand what was Jawaharlal Nehru's opinion. Now, when Jawaharlal Nehru said, he said this plan was partly designed to save Jinnah's face. So you can understand at the outright Jawaharlal Nehru was against this decision. In his letter which he exchanged with Gopinath Bardoloi, Nehru highlighted that Assam was right in opposing the grouping, much in line what Gandhi said, and said that no groupings or no province would be forced to become a part of an arrangement against their will. And publicly also Nehru stated that Assam had clearly rejected Pakistan because what was the position of Muslim League? Muslim League wanted to carve a separate country of Muslim dominated region just because of their right to self-determination. So borrowing their logic, as he was a very good lawyer, Jawaharlal Nehru said if people of Assam did not wanted to become a part of East Pakistan, so they should not be forced to become a one, right? So this was the position of Nehru. Now what happened in this sequence of events? This becomes interesting. Now in 1946, a very important press conference happened in April, which was conducted by Jawaharlal Nehru. He signaled officially that Congress would not be bound by any compulsory groupings. This firmly meant that Congress rejected what was called as a cabinet mission plan. And once this plan unraveled, you need to understand the idea of Assam being constitutionally tied to West Bengal, or Bengal in that matter, in a Group C, it became an end, or it went away. So this possibility went away primarily because of the leadership that Gopinath Bardoloi showed, and primarily because the position important political actors at that time, Jawaharlal Nehru as well as Mahatma Gandhi, took. Now what was the final outcome? You need to understand partition of India happened. India was bifurcated into two separate sovereign countries, India and Pakistan. Pakistan at that time was there in the western part of India as well as in the eastern part that was called as East Pakistan. And on the other hand, Assam remained an integral part of India and acted as a separate Indian province. And it was Bordoloi's resistance that I said which ensured that Assam was not treated as a bargaining chip and was not subjected to a negotiation whether it should be a part of India or it should go to Pakistan. Now, what you need to understand why this episode matters even in today's climate. You need to understand Assam did not become a part of Pakistan just because the constitutional design at that time, which was forwarded by the cabinet mission plan, it chose communal arithmetic over what was provincial consent or public interest. So this did not happen. And why this did not happen? Because regional assertion by powerful regional leaders like Gopinath, Bordoloi, they favored the outcomes in their favor. And this Assam case, it shows us that the partition, it was not inevitable at all had it been with the Indian leaders. Now, Indian leaders at that time, had they shown more resistance to the proposal that was forwarded by Muslim League, had they explicitly mentioned their choice that they wanted India to remain united, India would have remained united, right? So this is what this episode shows us. And as I told you, cabinet mission is very important from our UPSC perspective, especially because questions have appeared multiple times. Now, we are going to solve a question. Before that, you need to understand, we are right now in a process of offering maximum discounts up to 50% on all the courses of StudyIQ because of our Christmas sale. And one surprising thing, if you take admissions on 25th of December, you'll get assured gifts, which includes iPhone, smartwatches, earphones, as well as tablets, right? Please do ensure to take admissions in resolution batches. In resolution batches, we cover everything that is important from UPSC exam. You get test series, one-to-one mentorship support. And if you use this code ATS Life, you're going to get maximum discounts in addition to the 50% discounts you already get. Now just see this question which appeared in 2015. With reference to cabinet mission, which one of the following statement is or are correct? This is the reason why I picked up this topic for our today's discussion. I'd want you all to solve this question and do let me know in the comment section what is the correct answer, and if you get it right, I'll personally like your comment. And once again, in case if you want to download this video, you can go to this Telegram channel called as ATS Life. So this is all from my side today. Please have a very good night. We'll meet each other same time, same place tomorrow at 9 p.m. Okay? Please have a very good night.